morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started.
This is for standard 7 science, and the very interesting chapter today that we're going to learn is environmental balance. Now in this picture you see so many different types of animals, you see insects, you see plants. Now when you go to a garden or any place where you see nature and you see lots of plants, you will notice that if you see plants, you will notice that there are certain insects like butterflies, you see worms around, you also see birds sitting on the branches of the trees. Next, you can also see tiny ants and minute insects, mosquitoes moving around here and there. And if you look at a wide picture, you will also see that there are many different types of plants which are of various colors and various height. So there is a huge variety in the things which are there in our nature and in our environment. If you see about when you talk about animals like unicellular organism like amoeba, cactus, snake, elephant, plants, squirrel, you have cactus, again you have duck. Now all these organisms that you see in front of you are nothing but a huge variety of animals that are there, and even plants. Now the word is bio means life and diversity means a variety. वैरायटी मीन्स बहुत डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स जब अगर हमारे पास होते हैं. अगर हम लोग आइसक्रीम की बात करते हैं तो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट आइसक्रीम, आई हैव अ ह्यूज वैरायटी इन आइसक्रीम्स आल्सो. यू हैव स्ट्रॉबेरी, मैंगो, बटरस्कॉच, you have blueberry, cheesecake, various type of ice creams. So same way, when you talk about plants and animals, there is a huge variety in it also. So that is why we say there it is, the word is biodiversity. The variety that we see in the living things that exist on earth is called biodiversity. Okay? So there is abundance of variety in their shape, size and body parts. It depends from place to place also कि कौन से place में वो animal survive कर रहे हैं या plant survive कर रहे हैं. Now, environment decides biodiversity. As I told you that different animals have adapted themselves to live in that particular area. Now here you can see yak. It has thick layer of hair over its body. Polar bear also has a thick layer. Camel has modified a structure like the skin is quite thick. The feet are capable of absorbing water from the sand. Then it has the different structure of the nostril, the eyelashes. This is all because of the that particular climatic condition in that particular region. ठीक है, तो इस वजह से there is a huge variety in living organisms also, in plant as well. You can see so many different types of fishes. So our environment decides. Now I was talking about environment. So let us understand what exactly is the meaning of environment. The surrounding and associated conditions which affect the living organism belonging are together termed as their environment. Means मैं जो जगह पर रह रही हूँ उसके आसपास में जो लोग हैं, जो प्लांट्स है, जो एनिमल्स है, उसको किस तरीके से इफेक्ट कर रहे हैं हम लोग एक दूसरे को, उसे टुगेदर इट इज कॉल्ड एज एन एनवायरनमेंट. ठीक है, तो अगर डॉग्स है तो उनके साथ में हमारा इंटरेक्शन क्या है, उसको हम लोग से कुछ फायदा हो रहा है या नुकसान हो रहा है. सेम वे व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट प्लांट्स आल्सो, are we getting benefit from each other? Now that all things when it come together it forms an environment. ठीक है, the environment consists of living things and non-living things both. Now living things are called as biotic components and non-living things are called as abiotic components. Like when I talk about how, now you must be wondering कि how non-living things are helping us. Now non-living things के अंदर आते हैं air, water, soil. Now this three basic thing, I'm just talking about this three basic non-living things which are very essential to us. Non-living things like air, it gives you oxygen to survive, right? Every living things require oxygen for their survival. Apart from that, soil is required by plants to grow, and we all know how important plants are. So they both have a interaction between each other, living things and non-living things both. Living things and non-living things are dependent on each other. As I told you, every living things require oxygen for their survival. तो ये वो oxygen non-living thing है, but living things need that. So there is a exchange of things. There is a need of non-living things also in our life. ठीक है, हमारी लाइफ को जीने के लिए नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स लाइक एयर, वाटर, soil are very important. This interaction between the living and the non-living component is studied in environmental science. ठीक है, समझ में आ गई बात. What is the meaning of environment? किस तरीके से interaction होता है environment में और एक दूसरे को benefit मिलता है from each other. Now you have to look at this picture carefully. You have to look at the picture of the living and the non-living things shown below. Now living things, you can see duck, grasshopper, snake, rat, cow, tiger, fish. Then you can see chameleon or caterpillar or a worm. You can see eagle, crane, you can see elephant. These are all living things. When I talk about non-living things, you have soil, you have water, you have sun, you have air. Okay, तो ये सारी चीजें भी important है. As I told you previously, environment में ये जितनी भी चीजें हम लोगों को naturally मिलती है वो सारी चीजें important है हमारे लिए. Everything is essential, whether living or non-living. ठीक है. So the mutual relation between these various factors of the environment is very interesting. Now when I talk about sun is very important for the plants, right, to prepare their food. When I talk about water, water is essential for all living organisms. Same way, when I talk about soil, soil is very important a part for plants to grow. ठीक है, तो there is a mutual relation among living things and non-living things. With this, we will understand a new topic here, that is a food chain. Now, as I told you that every living thing and non-living thing are dependent on each other. Same way, all living things are also dependent on each other. Now, we're talking about just living things. Now, here you can see that there is a plant which is eaten up by a sheep, and this sheep is eaten up by a lion. Now, this interaction between the living things is called as a food chain. Why? Because they are dependent on each other for their food, need for food. So a food chain is a sequence of organism in which each organism is the food of the next member in the food chain. जैसे कि plant किसका food है? sheep का. sheep किसका food है? lion की. ठीक है. So every living organism here in this chain is dependent on each other for the need of their food. Let's understand in detail about it. Now we have sun, we have plants, we have bird, we have a grasshopper. From the sun, plants get energy to prepare their food, okay, by photosynthesis. This plant is eaten up by a grasshopper. This grasshopper is eaten up by a bird. So here you can see that there is a chain between each of them. All living things, that is plants and animals, are connected. Example, grass is connected with grasshopper, grasshopper to bird, like that. Plants synthesize food in sunlight. I have explained you all. The plants need sunlight to prepare their food. A grasshopper eats grass and is eaten up by a bird. Each component is a link in a food chain. Every year component like the sun, the plant, the grasshopper, bird, every component is a link in a food chain. अगर हम लोग एक भी चीज को निकाल देंगे तो link टूट जाएगी. So the interdependence of living things among themselves for food forming a chain is called a food chain. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर एक दूसरे के ऊपर dependent है हर living thing and among themselves for food forming a chain. Here you can see that they are forming a chain. This chain is called as a food chain. Now, environmental importance. Now, this food chain is very important. Why? Because it helps the survival of all living things. Now, suppose अगर इसमें से एक भी link अगर खत्म हो जाती है, अब exist ही नहीं करती है, तो it will affect both the sides very drastically. Now, suppose if there are no frogs, ठीक है, अगर frogs नहीं होंगे ये chain में से exist ही नहीं करते हैं हमारे environment में, तो क्या हो जाएगा? The caterpillar will keep on eating all the plants. ठीक है, कैटरपिलर को खाने वाला कोई ऑर्गेनिज्म ही नहीं है। फ्रॉग होता तो it would have eaten up the caterpillars and maintained the level of caterpillars in the environment properly. ठीक है, एक बैलेंस क्रिएट करके रखते हैं। अगर फ्रॉग्स ही नहीं होंगे तो कैटरपिलर की रेशियो बढ़ जाएगी, और कैटरपिलर अगर बढ़ जाएंगे तो प्लांट्स ज्यादा खाएंगे, and the amount of plants eaten up by the caterpillar will be much more. ठीक है, तो plants डिस्ट्रक्ट होने लग जाएंगे। whereas when we talk about the snake, अगर snake को खाने के लिए frogs ही नहीं है तो even snakes will tend to die. So this way there is a imbalance, proper balance नहीं maintain होगा ना, इसीलिए हर एक link in the food chain is very important. So it helps in the survival of all living things. Now, can you tell me who eats birds? The answer is small birds are eaten up by snakes and cats. They are also eaten up by big birds like kites. Sometimes even man kills bird for food. Now, what is the food of plant? Now, हम लोग के जैसे या फिर birds के जैसे plants कहीं जाकर food लेते नहीं है या फिर eat नहीं करते हैं. They prepare their food in sunlight with the help of green colored pigment, that is chlorophyll, which is present in the leaves, using carbon dioxide and water and air. This process is called as photosynthesis. ठीक है, so plant prepare their food by the help of the process called as photosynthesis. They need sunlight, they need chlorophyll, they need carbon dioxide, they need water and air to prepare their food. Now if you pay attention, all the things that I mentioned here apart from the chlorophyll, sunlight, water, carbon dioxide gas, air, everything here mentioned is non-living thing. ठीक है, but plants need those non-living things also for its survival to make its food. Okay, so how interesting it is, right? Now here there is a given picture which shows a food chain. You have to guess the missing link in it. Okay, look at the first and the third picture, that is of the sun and the uh, owl over here. Think of the connection between them and complete the food chain. There is a sun, there is a caterpillar. Now, which animal eats up the caterpillar and is eaten up by an owl? So the answer is a bird. ठीक है, a normal bird, we would take a normal bird. You could take some other animal also. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि हम लोग सिर्फ birds के बारे में ही बात करेंगे. हम लोग दूसरे animals भी ले सकते हैं. Like a frog also you can take. Okay. Now just quickly just see this example of how this insect is eaten up by a lizard or a chameleon. This chameleon is in turn eaten up by a bird. This bird is then eaten up by another animal like a cat. Okay, so this is how a food chain works. Now let us understand about the role of plant in the food chain. Animals do not make their own food. We know this, we have learned this. Okay, animals cannot make their own food like that of the plants. Plants make their own food in the presence of sunlight with the help of green color pigment. They are present in the leaf using carbon dioxide gas and water from air. This process is called photosynthesis. Directly or indirectly, plants depend on plants for their food. Okay, indirectly or directly, animals depend on plants for their food. Now how? You must be thinking कि किस तरीके से लोग dependent है. Now the deer needs to eat grass. ठीक है, lions need animals like deer for its survival. ठीक है, I'm just giving a very simple example. Deer, plant और lion का example लेंगे. अगर lion को खाने के लिए deer नहीं रहेगा तो lion will be dead, right? And deer कैसे survive कर रहा है? Deer is surviving by eating trees or the leaves from the trees. So indirectly even tigers or lions are dependent on plants for their survival. Okay, so plant are the main support of every food chain. तो जितनी भी food chain है सबसे basic चीज उसकी होती है plants. Now this brings us to a very interesting thing, that is a food web. Now, as I told you that every link is important in the food chain. ठीक है, link के बारे में बात करिए. Every link is important in the food chain. Now, there are certain at times that one animal can be eaten up by many animals at a time. Now, if I talk about this example here, the grasshopper eats the plant. The mice eats the grasshopper. The snake eats the mice. Okay. The eagles eat the snake. When the hawk dies, the fungi breaks down the body and turns into nutrients. The nutrients along with sun and water causes the grass to grow. So this way you can see there is a chain which is being formed. ठीक है, प्लांट्स को कौन खा रहा है? प्लांट्स को सनलाइट मिल रही है, प्लांट्स को खा रहे ग्रासहॉपर्स, ग्रासहॉपर को कौन खाता है? माउस, एंड माउस आर ईटन अप बाय द स्नेक, स्नेक is eaten up by the kite, and if this kite dies and if it is onto the surface of the soil, it will decay and it will provide nutrients to the plant. This brings us to the food web. Now, every link over here, every link in the food chain is linked with each other. Many food chains are interlinked with each other. Now, if you look at one chain, for example, I will just take a very simple example of a plant, a caterpillar and a frog. Okay? The caterpillar is eaten up by various animals as well. Caterpillar को frog भी खाता है, caterpillar को grasshopper भी खाता है. Yes or no? So this way, three food chains are linked with each other, interlinked. Okay? Here you can see birds also, you can see squirrel also, you can see different types of plants, fruits, animals like lion, sparrows, hawk, deer. The food chains are interlinked. Okay, again and again I'm saying interlinked. एक दूसरे से linked होते हैं. One living thing can be a part of many food chains. Now I give you an example of a caterpillar. Caterpillar को बहुत सारे animals खा सकते हैं और उनकी एक नई chain बन सकती है. The interlinking of several food chain form a food web. So we can define food web as the interlinking of several food chains form a food web. Alright. Next we have is environmental balance. Let us understand about what is the meaning of environmental balance. Now the word balance, आप लोग सबको पता है balance means हम लोगों को दो sides है, अगर हम लोग को उन लोगों को equal बनाना है तो उसे हम लोग कहते हैं balance करना. Yes or no? Common terms में समझ में आ गया balance का मतलब. अब environment में balance करने को हम लोग कहते हैं environmental balance. We have learned by now कि environment में बहुत सारे animals है, बहुत सारे plants है और उनके अंदर एक प्रॉपर बैलेंस होना चाहिए, तो ही ये एनवायरनमेंट, हमारी जो प्लैनेट अर्थ है, ये सही तरीके से काम कर रही है. So there are various food chains which are necessary for survival of living things. Plants, animals, microorganisms, soil form an important cycle in the environment. Living things get continuous supply of water because of water cycle. Yes or no? Living things get oxygen from air and gives out carbon dioxide. This plant again uses this carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. This is the oxygen cycle in environment. So here you can see कि किस तरीके से balance maintain हो रहा है. Plant, animals, microorganism एक दूसरे से interlinked है और वो अपना balance maintain कर रहे हैं. Same way if we talk about water, अगर हम लोगों को water चाहिए तो water cycle है. I'll be showing you all the picture of water cycle as well. Many such cycle exist in nature. Now, water cycle. Water cycle is very important part as we all need water. ठीक है? We have learned about water cycle in detail, so I will not be explaining you all in detail about water cycle, what exactly happens. We have learned that water evaporates and it forms cloud, and this clouds, when they condense, they give out rainfall. And again you get rainwater which can be used again and again over a period of time. Same way we have carbon dioxide cycle as well. Now human beings, animals, they give out carbon dioxide gas. This carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere is used up by the plants for photosynthesis. ठीक है, ये photosynthesis के अंदर अगर ये plants और animals die करते हैं तो again they release carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere. So this is how the carbon dioxide gas flows, and this is also one of the cycle of the atmosphere uh, which helps in maintaining the environmental balance. So there are a few points to remember in this chapter. There are innumerable types of living things on the earth. हमारे अर्थ पे बहुत सारे types of living organisms present हैं. There is an interaction between living things and non-living things in the environment. As I told you, every living thing and non-living thing are important in our environment. The interdependence of living things among themselves for food forming a chain is called a food chain. अगर एक लिविंग थिंग दूसरे लिविंग थिंग पे डिपेंडेंट है, वो एक फूड चेन फॉर्म करती है. ठीक है. द इंटरलिंकिंग ऑफ सेवरल फूड चेन, अगर बहुत सारी फूड चेन एक दूसरे से इंटरलिंक हो रही है तो हम लोग उसे कहते हैं फूड वेब. Different kinds of animals, plants, microorganisms are found in different regions of the earth. The water cycle, various other cycles like oxygen, nitrogen cycle and food chain in nature helps to maintain the balance in the environment. This balance has been maintained for thousands of years. Okay. So, for the existence of living things, it is important that environmental balance is maintained. Let us see a few examples. Let us see a few question and answers from your exercise. Now, the question here is, what is a food chain? Give an example of it. The answer is all living things, that is plants and animals, are connected. The interdependence of living things among themselves for food forming a chain is called a food chain. Grass, goat, lion is an example of a food chain. Grass prepares its own food and is eaten by a goat. Lion eats goat as food. Thus, each of the component in chain is food for the next. So this is how you will be writing the answer for this question. It is telling you what is a food chain. So in the first 2 points, we explain what is a food chain. And then the next part of the question says, give an example of it. So you have to give any one example that you know. Next question, how is the balance in the environment maintained? Now, in any environment, non-living thing and living things interact with each other. Living things amongst themselves show interdependence and are connected to each other via food chains and food webs. Okay. The exchange of substances like place between non-living things and living things through various cycles with the help of microorganisms. Various cycles such as water cycle, oxygen cycle, etc. along with the food chain in nature helps to maintain the environmental balance. When all these cycles and interaction take place uninterrupted in environment, the balance in the environment is maintained. Okay, so how is the environmental balance maintained is clear to you all. हमारे जितने भी interactions between animals and different types of animals, living things and non-living things, या फिर हमारे different types of cycles जो है हमारे environment में, अगर ये सारी चीज़ें uninterrupted चलती है तो environmental balance maintain होगा. ठीक है. So I hope this answer is also clear to you. The next one, what substances in the soil are useful for the growth of plants? Plants require water, minerals like nitrogen, calcium and other substances present in the soil for their growth. The substances formed by decomposition of dead decaying plants and animals, excreta, etc. get added in the soil. जब भी कोई animal die हो जाता है तो उसकी decaying parts soil में mix हो जाती है, that again adds into the soil and which is very useful for the plants. These substances are very useful for the growth of plants. Now, very important question, that is true or false. Now, if the statement is true, then it is then there is no need to do anything. But if it is false, then you need to correct it. Okay. So, microorganisms form a part of the environment. So, the answer is true. It is necessary to maintain biodiversity. Again, the answer is true. A grasshopper eats bird. Does a grasshopper eats bird? No. Bird eats a grasshopper, right? So the statement is false. So you need to correct the statement. Then you will write down birds eat grasshoppers. One living thing is part of a single food chain. So the answer is false. एक ही living thing एक food chain को नहीं is not a part of it, right? So one living thing can be a part of many food chains. ठीक है? As I explained you about the example of grasshopper, कि ग्रास हॉपर या फिर कैटरपिलर बहुत सारे फूड चेन्स के अंदर आ सकता है, ठीक एक ही फूड चेन नहीं है उसका. Complete the chart of oxygen cycle by filling the appropriate gases. Now here you have plants and animals and the answer is A का आंसर है ऑक्सीजन and B का आंसर है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. So if you pay attention to the arrows, you have to understand plants and animals both need oxygen. ठीक है? And animals give out carbon dioxide gas and plants take in carbon dioxide gas. So this is how you understand the columns and fill it up. Alright? I hope this much is clear to you all.
If you like our session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and view the videos that we had today for you. And please do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you remain updated with all the latest videos that we'll be making for our dear students. This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.